Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
New information tonight on the tensions in the Middle East and the U.S. involvement. President Donald Trump says a ceasefire between Iran and Israel starts in 2 hours. Iranian officials say there is no agreement, but they will stop their attacks if Israel stops its airstrikes. We begin, though, on the extreme heat tonight. We broke a record today, and another could fall tomorrow when it gets even hotter. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Our team has issued a weather impact alert over these dangerous temperatures. Let's get straight over to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank with all the latest. Rachel.
Yeah, 2 days down, 2 days to go of the first heat wave of the season. Today, 2 degrees shy of 100, and I think we get there tomorrow, which is incredibly impressive, and we're going to talk a little bit more about just how rare that is in Connecticut in a little bit. But first, we wanted to let you know that that weather impact alert continues for 2 more days, Tuesday and Wednesday, between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. That's when it's the hottest. That's when it can feel like over 100 degrees. And obviously, this impacts your life. Maybe it impacts what you have to do with your kids or how you have to plan walks for your pets because the pavement is hot. So that's why we wanted to give you that heads up. Today's high temperature, 98 degrees in the Hartford area, beat the previous record of 97 by 1 degree. We also beat the previous record by 1 degree in Bridgeport, and I think more records will fall tomorrow. Temperatures right now are still really warm, and it's soupy out there. So we're in the 70s and 80s, but we're still looking at a heat index that's up around the triple digits, and it's 10 o'clock at night. The cool spot today for sure. You've probably been watching the news in Groton going, it hasn't been too bad. Temperatures have been considerably cooler there all day. Overnight lows will be in the lower to middle 70s, and then we do it all over again tomorrow. Sunny, hot, and humid. By noon, temperatures are in the mid-90s, and we're looking at high temperatures around the triple digits, and even the Connecticut shoreline could see high temperatures approach 100 degrees. We're going to take a look at when the heat breaks and how. Your full forecast is coming up in just a bit.
All right, Rachel, thank you. So, yeah, it was a day to stay inside and crank up the AC, but a lot of people ventured outside to find other ways to cool off.
Fox 61's Valerie Moravi went to Brownstone Adventure Park in Portland and talked to visitors about how they're dealing with this heat.
Yeah, it's been busy at Brownstone Park as people from all over the state try to cool down. Now, despite the heat, people I spoke to still had fun with friends and family. Summer sun, water bottles, and water adventures. Camp visitors at Brownstone Park all day Monday.
Bring your family. Look at this beautiful, catch a tan. It's the best place to be at right now.
Brownstone Director of Operations Mike Curry says they've seen an increase of visitors due to the extreme weather.
We've been having a lot of our school field trips. Park and rec field trips are starting up now. And obviously this heat wave has kind of brought everyone's attention to water parks, just like us.
High recorded temperatures almost reached triple digits, but that didn't stop Raphael from coming out with his family.
It was difficult, the choice to come out just because of the heat, but then I was like, you have to do it. You can't just let the heat stop you.
Marlon Williams says he keeps himself hydrated to enjoy the outdoors.
I work out on the regular, and one thing that I realized that a good thing you should always do is stay hydrated, drink plenty of water, make sure you're staying cool, try to have fun as well.
And several other people like Rudy Rodriguez made the trip all the way from the Bronx.
I bought a bottle, grabbed my friends, we told them we out to Brownstone, they was all with it.
I'm coming here every day, tomorrow, next week, every day, till the temperature goes down.
The popular spot had families enjoying a variety of things to spend their day with, including zip lining,
rock climbing, we have wakeboarding, we have cliff jumping, which you could probably see behind me, and all the inflatable toys.
We bring a cooler, we fill it with water and Powerade and stuff like that, and so we bring our towels and we just have a great time.
Now, the park is open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, remember to keep yourself, your family, and your pets hydrated. In Portland, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
Stick with Fox 61 throughout all this heat and humidity. You can get live updates from our weather team on the Fox 61 News app and on Fox 61 Plus. Both are completely free. And, of course, keep up with us on air and on our website, fox61.com. Well, new tonight, hazmat crews were called to a dairy plant in Suffield after an ammonia leak. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Police say a very minor leak happened at the H.P. Hood facility on East Street around 5:30. The building was evacuated. No one was hurt, as we said, and police say there is no danger to the public. Route 159 was closed, but has since reopened.
Traffic is flowing on I-84 in Hartford again after a crash. It happened in the westbound lane in the tunnel. 4 cars were involved in the crash. State police tell us injuries were minor. The crash only closed some lanes, but it caused a massive backup.
Developing tonight, President Trump says a deal was reached between Israel and Iran that will bring a, quote, complete and total ceasefire. And his announcement over Truth Social came just hours after a U.S. military base in Qatar was attacked by Iran. In the last hour, Iran's foreign minister announced Iran will stop attacks if Israel stops airstrikes. It's the first comment from either side since President Trump announced the deal.
It's been a tense day, so let's recap what we know so far, starting with today's attack on a U.S. air base that's just across the Persian Gulf from Iran. At least 6 missiles were fired, but the base was evacuated. Air defense systems were activated and the damage was minimal. The U.S. hit 3 Iranian uranium enrichment sites over the weekend. 2 with bunker buster bombs dropped by B-2 jets, 1 with missiles launched by a submarine.
A base housing U.S. troops in western Iraq was also targeted today, but Iran has not claimed credit for that attack. This all started 2 weeks ago when Israel sent missiles into Iran to ruin their nuclear bomb-making capabilities. Now, in Hartford, dozens gathered outside the state capitol building to demand the U.S. stay out of this fight. The protest was organized before the president announced the ceasefire. But people we spoke to say the message is the same. They think any involvement in the conflict between Iran and Israel brings us closer to international conflict. We'll have much more on tensions on both sides and the details of the ceasefire in about 20 minutes. And here in Connecticut, 3 people face charges after a massive street takeover in West Haven last night.
As Fox 61's Jamal Johnson reports, one police officer was hurt while another narrowly avoided injury.
West Haven police say as the weather heats up, street takeovers become more common. As they investigate their latest disruption from this past weekend, Scott Allard says that stiffer punishments need to happen for those involved.
We've actually had pedal bikes. Like 150 pedal bikes come through town. So you don't know what you're going to get.
Sunday's street takeover wasn't quite as large, but it still was enough to injure an officer.
One motorcycle was seen with a younger juvenile on the back. So as the officer got out of the quad, the beach patrol quad, was approaching the motorcycle, and then the kid went forward, hitting our police officer, knocking him to the ground.
Allard says that juvenile was a part of the larger street takeover consisting of an estimated 50 to 60 bikes heading down Captain Thomas Boulevard. Allard says that the officer who was hit is a little bruised up, but it could have been a lot worse for a different officer that day.
Our guys took him out of the street because they landed in the street. At that time, they witnessed a guy in a quad driving recklessly fast towards our officer who was trying to make the apprehension. Fortunately, she was able to jump out of the way. If not, it would have been not good for that officer.
Gabriel Luna, the man accused of trying to hit the other officer, was also arrested along with the juvenile. A third suspect, Lindsay Benitez, was also arrested, who police confirmed to be the mother of the juvenile.
In the beginning, the mother seemed to be like a concerned parent, but through body cam and other forms of investigation, it was revealed that she was actually on the back of the quad that tried running down the police officer.
The suspects arrested are all from Bridgeport. Allard says that most of the street takeovers they see aren't from people who live in the city.
Majority are from out of state, out of town. You might get 1 or 2 West Haven stragglers, but most of them are, we've had them from New York, New Jersey, Bridgeport, Hartford, all over the place.
It's a huge issue in Connecticut. In April, neighboring New Haven officials called on state action to provide legislation that would allow departments to destroy vehicles involved in street takeovers instead of auctioning them off for them to end up right back on the street. But Allard says destroying them might not be enough.
You can destroy all you want. If it's not theirs, they don't care. They'll go find somewhere else or get another one or have someone steal another one. What the punishment needs to be severe and impactful.
Scott Allard says that it's hard to regulate street takeovers and prevent them from happening. Right now, they're working with New Haven and other big cities who see street takeovers often to determine a game plan. If anyone has any information on Sunday's street takeover, don't hesitate to reach out to West Haven Police. In West Haven, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
A bill that addresses street takeovers was signed into law by Governor Ned Lamont today.
It increases penalties and fines against people who participate, organize, or even come out to watch a street takeover. It also gives cities and towns the authority to create their own street takeover ordinances. And now that it's been signed, cities and towns have the ability to destroy ATVs, dirt bikes, and many motorcycles that are seized by police.
It's not just the bills the governor passed that made headlines today. He actually vetoed House Bill 5002. It would have provided more affordable housing options by changing zoning laws, lowering rent prices, and doing more to fight homelessness. But Governor Lamont thinks it could be better. He said he'll take another look after lawmakers have time to make revisions during a special session in the fall.
And the governor also made true on a promise to veto a bill that would have allowed striking workers in Connecticut to receive unemployment benefits. The move disappointed labor unions and Democratic leaders who called the bill a crucial step for workers' rights. But Lamont said the measure would send the wrong message to businesses, especially as the state works to grow manufacturing jobs. This is the second straight year Lamont has rejected this proposal. Republicans praise the decision and say it protects job growth and keeps Connecticut competitive. A North Canaan man is recovering after a bear attacked him on his own property this morning. It happened around 6. The man told wildlife officials the bear came between him and his dog. The man had scratches on his chest but didn't need help from EMS. The dog was not hurt either. DEP says there were bear cubs in the yard and the bird feeders were out there as well. They say they are still looking for the bear and her cubs. And a good reminder tonight, because we are in bear season, it is best to put the bird feeders away and keep your garbage locked up before trash day.